What's up? What's up, YouTube? What's going on, brothers? Hold on, I'm trying to set this camera right. Alright. So, Facebook won't get to see some stuff. I got to the side. I got two cameras going on here. Trying to figure this out. There we go. Anyway, guys. So you guys remember last week we started off. What's up, Facebook? Yeah. God is good, brothers. Hope you guys are having a blessed day so far. Me? Pretty good, man. Pretty good. Just been slow, picking up a little bit, but not too much. Put my phone on here, knock this down. So you guys saw how I did the paint job. So I did the paint job off screen because I don't want to get paint on my thing. So I did that. It's been a couple days since I did the paint. You guys saw I put my phone on there to pull it down. Just peel it off real easy. Nice and simple. Doesn't get any of the mess all over the place. Keep it simple. Remember what I was telling you guys, right? Everything's gotta be perfect. It's all gotta be perfect, man. So I used the gold from I'll show you what paint I used. I know some of the purist guys are gonna say that you can't do what I did. But I'm here to say you can do it. And we use, that's not the original gold, but as you can see, I bet you can't tell the difference. I painted the oil pan too. We're going to take that off. I use the oil pan to do dual things. I'm trying to find the paint I used so I can show you the can. Yeah, I do it in the trash. I do it in the trash. It's the plastic or the stupid color from O'Reilly's. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna set the camshaft in. I'm gonna show you guys how I do this, all right? And we're gonna do it all regular. We're gonna do it straight up. So I'm gonna put back in the thrust kit. The reason being I'm gonna put it in because this gear's in there pretty tight. I don't want it for me to knock it out. I'm gonna have to ruin the gear, and I want to reuse the timing chain that was in there. So they put that spacer in there. Basically, you got to put the spacer in there to run the thrust. Basically, I'll show you right now what I'm talking about. Normally, you don't got to do this unless you're running a roller camshaft. When I worked at Mondello's years ago, Joe has put them in everything, no matter what. I don't tell people to do it because I don't think it's necessary. Only for roller camshafts, and even then you get away with not doing it. I don't like the fact it pushes the cam back, but it's not that it's going to be bad. I've done over 100 motors like that and never had a problem with it. I just don't like it. But they recommend it for roller cams 100% because what happens is the billet cam, the same thing as the gear. It'll run into this. It'll wear out this part of the block. So remember that. And that's the same thing what happens when you run a steel gear with the roller camshaft. That's why you got to use like a bronze gear or a composite gear or a melanite gear. And again, I'm not a fan of melanite gears. I never used one, and that's just a coating on a steel gear, so I don't really trust that. I stick to what I know. I run a bronze gear. That's what I know. So let's get set up. And we're gonna do everything today. We're gonna do the camshaft. We're gonna set the camshaft straight up. We're gonna put the timing chain in, and we're gonna put the timing cover and the water pump and oil pan all at one time. And I'm gonna do it in order. So when you guys are at home and you guys are gonna do this, this is the correct way to do it. Oldsmobiles go together in a sequence. If you jump around from this to that, what's up, Dave? If you jump around from this and that, it's going to mess with you. You need to remember that they go together. It's not a Chevy. They go together in a sequence. If you do it in a sequence, it's pretty easy to put it together. So I used to be able to put motors together one day. And that's with paint and everything. And I don't paint the motor after the fact. I never paint the motor after the fact. We'll go through all the mistakes I found in the motor. One, had a 455 head gasket on a 403. That's a big no-no. You can't do that. Can't do that. All right? That's number one. Number two, they didn't check the thrust button. That would have wiped out, that would have jammed the cam into the block. Would have ate up the block no matter what. Doesn't matter if it's a roller cam or non-roller cam. Can't do that. Number 3, they ran an oil slinger with a double roll timing chain and a spacer. Definitely when they put the timing cover on, it was rubbing on the timing cover. Would have tore that oil slinger up, put all the metal into the motor, wipe out the motor. As far as parts, I found no bad parts. So far, all the parts are very good on it. The camshaft happened to be the one, even the one that I want. Don't forget the torques. I'll do torques, brother. Some of the torques are from experience, but we'll do torques too. So, I checked the cam number on this cam that came out of this motor. It's the exact cam that I want to put in. My 496 520 is the cam I want to put in this car. Remember, this is going into a Jetstar 88, a 64 Jetstar 88. This cam is way too big for that car. But I don't even know how to do it one way. We're going to do it that way. That's how we're going to do it. I'm going to use for cam lube, I'm going to use a Lucas stabilizer. That's what I use for cam lube. Base something thick to stay on there. What's going to matter is when you do what's called. I'm a big fan. What's up, Harold? I almost forgot something right now. I'm a big fan of Lucas products. I think Lucas products gives you a good quality at a low price. Lets everybody play the game. Lets everybody in. Thank you, brother. Hey, thank you, Dave. I appreciate it. Hey, I've been working out, man. I've been working out. Not playing. I tried it, man. I tried it. This stuff is like freaking syrup. So I took this off and put this back on. Where I put it at? This is what I'm talking about right here. I was going to not run this. Normally you run this between the block and the camshaft so it doesn't eat up the block on a roller cam. Back when I worked at Mondello's, we ran it no matter what. We always ran it. I'm going to run it today. Slides on right there like that. I got my cam tool this time. This stuff's like freaking glue, man. I don't want to tear my glove. Stick it in there. Nice and slow. Take your time on this. Don't try to rush it. Feel it. It'll let it in when it goes in. This cam came out pretty easy, so I know the cam bearings are in straight. The cam bearings are restricted cam bearings. There it is. Believe it or not, these cams are hard to put in without a cam tool. So you might, I got it out without a cam tool, but it's not easy to get out without a cam tool or put in without a cam tool. I'm going to do multiple things with this video, with this motor. I'm going to knock out a bunch of birds with one stone. So what I mean by that is, what I'm going to do is, I'm going to teach people about 45-degree blocks. I'm going to teach people about how to measure a water pump. And some people might think, like, who doesn't know how to measure a water pump? Be amazed how many people can't measure water pumps. And now that I have this video, this motor, and I'm building this motor for me. So now that I'm building this motor for me, I'm taking advantage of it. So now I got that set up. So this right here, this gear down here, they jammed it. It's on there pretty tight. This crank was on there pretty tight. I'm gonna clean it up real good to put the balancer on. But I couldn't get the gear off because it's on there pretty good. I can get it off without, I don't want to ruin it. It's a brand new gear. has spacers, so I might as well just leave it on. There's no need for me to take it off. I'm gonna clean up down there, and we're gonna go from there. And then I'm gonna show you how I set it up. All right. So basically, now we're gonna set this camshaft straight up. We're gonna do with no. We're not gonna dial it in. We're not gonna freaking use a degree wheel. We're gonna set it straight up. This is for the average guy. Like again, I know I'm gonna get the people out there. Gonna be, you gotta degree it in. Man, I've done motors like this all day long. As long as you do it right, it should be fine. You get in trouble, you start trying to advance and retarding, you don't know what you're doing. That's when you start getting yourself in trouble. Remember that. I'm gonna set the motor to top dead center, and I'm gonna explain to you what's going on. This one's already closed. So if you can see right here, this is number 1 cylinder right here. Number 1 cylinder is top dead center. All right. So when you look at your gear, your keyway is going to be at 2 o'clock. Your straighter mark is going to be at 12. Right there. Kind of eyeball it. See right there? Pistons all the way flush at the deck. What's up, Big Rome? I got you, brother. I got you. And then when you set your cam in, you make sure, same thing. You see your dial pin? Your dial pin's at 12. The mark on the gears, on the crank is at 12. Keyway's at 2 o'clock, all right? This is the most straightforward you can do it. Now watch. Watch this. So all you guys out there, this is your dial pin hole. Your dial pin hole. The hole where the button goes in. Where the bolt goes in right there. Make sure at 12. So basically, if you look at it, dial pin's at 12, but the mark on the gear is at 6. So cam gear, mark, the dial pin is at 12, mark is at 6. So basically, it's called dot to dot. They'll be kissing. Some people say that. I'm gonna clean this thing right real quick. Let me clean this up a little bit. I don't like that they put it on dry. I'm gonna clean that up a little bit. Hey, Big Rome. Hey, brother. I got freaking all right, I got barbecues all day, man. I got a big stack of them right there. I still make them every day. I don't sell them like I used to, but I still make them. Hey, I have a big stabilizer bottle. My wife told me, you can get those little containers at the store. I'm aware. And shows you get them at in the section where they where you buy like soap and lotions and stuff. They sell them to you so you can take it on the airplane. It's like, oh shit. So that's all this is. They're $1 at Walmart. You go in the section where like you buy like the toothpaste and the lotions and soaps, and they have them right there so you can take it on the airplane. I put oil in mine. Looks like whoever put this motor together didn't put nothing on it. Probably don't need to worry about it. But I put oil on it, brother. I recommend buying gloves too. Haven't put the motor together in a while. So here's where it gets pretty crazy. All right. So you do like this. Make sure it's at 12. It's right there. This is the hammer you want to use right here. This one. Not any other hammer, but this hammer right here. dot to dot. Hold like that. Hammer. Simple as that, brother. Don't make it difficult. Don't make it hard. That easy. You look. Dowel pin's at 12. Cam gear dot is at 6. Keyway's at 2 o'clock. Straight up mark. Right there. There you go. That's straight up. That simple. That easy. There's nothing more to it than that. Remember that. Somebody's like, oh man, that seems. Trust me. You go ahead and you clock it in. You do all your crazy shit, and I'll set it my way. We'll put it on the dyno and see which one makes a difference. If your cam is good, you know if your gear is good, you know it's good. Sometimes it's ones with only one mark is most simple because a lot of people struggle on that. You know what I mean? Let me see this working. But all right, so we're gonna do that. Now I'm gonna show you guys what they did wrong. So we're gonna set. Even though I'm not gonna run, I'm gonna run electric fuel pump. I'm gonna put aluminum heads. You can't run electric. I'm gonna run electric fuel pump because you can't run a mechanical fuel pump with aluminum heads. So I'm still gonna put all the parts back in, the eccentric, everything, because the eccentric takes up a space. So I'm still gonna do all that. Eccentric straightforward. Hold right here. Pretty simple. Line up the bolt hole in that, and that goes in. Remember, they didn't install the thrust button correctly. So we got to do a bunch of bullshit to get it to fit. I'm gonna walk you guys through that. Always clean your parts, dude. Even if they seem dusty, always clean your parts. I'm using parts cleaner. I got some on fucking glasses. Parts cleaner will fuck up your glasses. Remember that. But I'm going to show a bunch of different ways, different things. Like I said, you guys know I'm doing a how-to video. I'm not doing a how-to video. It goes like that, all right? So remember, I forgot to put Loctite on this shit. Put red Loctite on here. I forgot. I'm still going in. So normally stock, there was nothing, all right? It was just the bolt and that's it. Normally you can put it like that. You could technically still do that. Man, these dipshits put freaking Loctite on the bolt. I want to use it over again. Let's try this again. Sorry about that. So what did I do with the... Alright, so put the eccentric on. And what I'm doing right now is I'm just checking it. Alright, this is the way, so we machine the head of the button right here. That way, we can, it'll accept this button. Slide it on there. The mistake they made is, see that? This got to sit flush. That sticks out a fucking lot. That was crazy. They just jammed it on there. It probably wouldn't be so bad if I didn't put that spacer back on there. So what I do is, I grind the bolt. I'm going to grind the bolt till it's right. I'm just grind the bolt. Fucking gets hot. You just gotta keep playing with it until you get it. Don't forget to put the cinder gun. Burning my finger. Burning my finger, man. It usually takes a couple times to get it. I'm gonna have to get one of my buttons. I'm gonna have to get one of my buttons. This is a Mondello button. It's pretty off, pretty good. I might have to get a different button. Whoever machined that button, machined it off. It's pretty. It's off about like a 16th. Or not that it's off, they have it for a different application. So Mondello had these made for, like, if you're gonna use the thrust kit, you're not gonna use the thrust kit, they had different ways. Sometimes we used to grind the button, but I'm not gonna grind the button. I don't like grinding the button. Because see how deep it goes into the button? I don't want to grind it because it takes off material. It's hard. They did grind the button because it's hard to grind the bolt. That's the difference when you got a motor built for me or someone else. I want all the button to have all the meat. That's the part that's gonna be riding against the timing cover, like a bearing. And basically all it does is it bounces off the timing cover, keeps the cam from walking because from scratch there was nothing there. So from stock there was nothing there. So this is a kind of like an upgrade that Joe Mondello designed. Why does not let it sit back more? I'll try to go more. Only if I'm stopping so much, I know it has to go more. I'm only stopping because it's too hot. I can't hold it. It won't let me hold it. I gotta take it back more. I need to find a way to hold it better. It's too hot for me to hold. You got pretty hot right there, look at that. Glued it. Running my finger through the gloves. Let that cool down. But if not, I'm gonna take some off the button. You know what sucks? I could probably go grab one of my buttons and it'll fit perfect, but I don't want it. Hey, we're building this motor on a budget. We're doing it on a budget, man. We're trying to keep it under a budget. Trying to keep it simple like that. Had a guy call me today. He said he bought some stuff in the auction too, and he asked me if I know where to get those Mondello, the old Mondello script valve covers and stuff. And when I was going through there, I was looking for there's a jig to drill the holes, and I was going through it trying to find everything so I can basically get the jig and think about ordering those valve covers up. But when you buy those valve covers, you gotta buy them at a run. You can't just buy a little bit of them, and you gotta be willing to invest some money on there. And I don't know how quick they'll sell or what, but maybe I'll look into it now. I've been getting a lot of calls on it ever since this happened, and I'll look into it and see what I can find, see what I can do. Waiting for that button to cool. That button's hot. I got it hot right now. I took off a lot, so we'll see what happens. I should get some water so I can just cool it. I have my water right here, but I don't want it sticking in my water. But man, it's been pretty slow lately, man. It's been pretty slow. The good thing is I get to make these videos and I get to knock out a bunch of birds with one stone. So even on my buttons, you need to check them. And what I'm doing is, what I'm checking is, I'm putting the straight edge against the flat part of the block. You don't want that button passing past the block, because what happens is you're just jamming the cam into the block, and you're gonna tear the block up. So that's not what the thrust button is designed to do. There's supposed to be a little bit of space between there, so the cam can walk a little bit, but not a lot. You need a little cam walk, but not as much as the factory let it walk. So the cam bearings are tapered as they go in, so as the block spins, the camshaft is drawn in anyway on its own from some centrifugal force or whatever, and it comes in. What happens is, at deceleration, allows the cam to walk. So Joe came up with this design to make a cam thrust button, and basically get a factory bolt and just machine it ahead of it and put a button on it. I think in the later motors, like in the 307s, they had some kind of thrust kit that they made for it. I don't know. I would just use the one that they gave me, so I never looked into that part. And most time we worked there, we took the motors apart and threw all the shit away and put all new parts. Still hot. Looks like I take more off. And it's still hot. I'm gonna check it though. Last thing I want to do is take off too much, and then I'm freaking gotta get one anyway. Not a big hurry, man. Just enjoying myself, man. Right now, slow, business slow. I get to spend some time with you guys and share with you guys a little story, a little history. Joe was a cool guy, man. He taught us a lot of stuff. He invented a lot of stuff. So another way to restrict an Oldsmobile is you restrict the cam bearings. That's another way to restrict the motor. Me, I sell restrict, or you put restrictors in the mains, or you do a restricted push rod. I like the restricted push rod. That's what I normally do. Still looks like it's still past it. There it is, right there. Right there, but look, see now it fits flush. Normally it's kissing it. Normally I don't like it kissing it, but the gasket's gonna give it a little bit of clearance anyway. So there it is right there. There it is, man. There it is. That's all she wrote. I'm glad, hey, I'm glad that fit. I was tired of that shit was burning shit on my fingers. I'm glad that worked out. So here's gonna be some stuff that you guys ain't gonna like. Alright? They're gonna like this, but we're gonna do it anyway. There's gonna be some stuff you guys are not gonna agree with. That's how I do it. I don't recommend this at home. There is a torque spec to this, and I don't know it. I don't remember it. I never torqued this on. I never torqued this anyway. All right. You guys are not gonna like this. So don't do that. Don't do this at home, folks. Because you're not gonna be happy. If you do it wrong, break the bolt to the cam, and I've done it before. Everything I tell you, that mistake I tell you, are all mistakes that I did. That's where they come from. These are all mistakes that I did myself. You can put Loctite on there, but don't put red. Use like a blue or green. The bolt can't go nowhere. There. That's all I'm going to do. Don't keep doing it. You'll break, you'll snap the bolt off in there. Don't keep doing it. Alright? Alright. So now, what I should have did the other day is drop the oil pan. So the oil pan is on there with like 2 bolts. Put the oil pan on with 2 bolts. Let me see what I use for a socket. Two half inch or 7/16. Where I put them, I do new. And I just put it on there because I wanted to do the I'll put gloves on. I don't want fingerprints all over my fresh paint though. And we're doing I'll show you some other mistakes I found. So there you go. Don't forget to put the button on. This button goes on right here. Slides on. Nothing holds it on. Timing cover holds it on. So now we got the cam in, set straight up, timing chain. Everyone's to the top dead center, do a little recap. This is nice and perfect. Now that I tighten it, it gives me the clearance I want. Everything's perfect. The straight, it's flush on there. The button, it's just barely kissing it. And the gas didn't give it another 10,000 space. So that's more than enough. And if you get it a little back too much, don't overthink it. It's just a thrust button. Don't overthink it. It's not that big of a deal. It's not a precision thing. That's the best way to put it. It's not even. It's an afterthought. It's not even a real thing that has to be done. The reason why I'm not spinning the motor over is this motor still has oil in it, and the pan probably has oil from it sitting like this. See, the pan is freshly painted. Brand new paint job on the pan. I flipped the motor over and painted it. Pan goes on after. Next thing we're going to put the timing cover on. So remember, we're going to put the timing cover, the water pump, and the pointer all at the same time. It goes in this order. Don't do it in any order than this. So let me see where I got everything. I have some water pumps that are not bad, but the coating is bad. The chrome on them is bad. So I'm going to put it on my motor. Put it right there. Put it on my motor because the pump's brand new. Just bad, it's bad chrome. That's why I don't sell them no more. But I'll make it work. This gasket came with the pump, but make sure when you open up your gasket kit, make sure you make that the gasket lines up with the pump, because they even though the pumps look the same, they won't line up. They won't plug up all the surfaces. So make sure you check that. You guys think, oh, he's crazy. You know what he's talking about. But you'll see if you open up your gasket kit, you'll see there's more than one gasket in there. So make sure you check that. You know what I forgot to get? Timing cover gasket. I'll be back, guys. Hold on. Let me get timing cover gasket. Alright guys, sorry about that. I'm back now, so I'm going to use a thicker gasket. That way it'll give me a little bit more clearance because it's kissing it. I want a little bit more, which I really don't need it, but I'm going to be on the safe side. We're going to do it like that. That's how we're going to do it. I'm just over here. I have a little table over here where I put my gaskets on. This is what I'm going to use. I'm going to use it for everything. Ultra black high temp RTV. Permatex. Comes out like a smoke gray. I don't like the high temp black. Comes out like a glossy, has a bad smell to it. Doesn't work right. I don't like it. So I'm using it right here. High temp Permatex Ultra black. So I'll be right back. I'm just over here where you guys can't see that out of the screen pudding. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a thin coat of silicone on all the gasket. I do it this way because I don't like getting the silicone all over my freaking paint job. My shop's not big enough to show you guys everything how I'm doing it. I don't like getting this shit all over my paint job. You guys saw me clean the surface the other day. Surface nice and clean already. Use a dowel pin to hold your gasket in place. Dowel pin holes. Hope the gasket lines up good. There we go. And so you guys know, I also, on the timing cover, I took the seal out, put a new seal in there, and I painted it. They had the sealing crooked. That shit will leak on you. You don't want that shit to come back on you. Remember, you're not running oil slinger no more. You don't want that shit to come back on you. See, I painted this. We're doing all this in steps, all at the same time. We'll put timing cover at the same time because timing cover, this, the water pump, all share the same bolts. So you want to do it all at one time so you get a nice seal. Timing cover. I install the seal before I paint it. Nice straight seal. Put it on, slide it on, simple as that. Make sure you don't forget nothing. Got the button, it's torqued in there. Time change straight up. Everything looking sexy. Right there, simple as that. Shabam. Now we're gonna find some of the bolts that were in there, which I'm not a fan of all these bolts that they're using, but we're going to use them. I want some short ones. I'm gonna use some new ones. Oh, so you guys know also what I did off the screen? I went and tapped all the holes over when I was off the screen. So you guys know I did that. That's a strong recommendation. It's up to you whether you're going to do that or not. I strongly recommend you do it. I went and tapped all those holes over again. I'm going to do the timing marker. This one bolts bad. Solid bad too. Why is that going? I gotta tap these ones. I know they're all tapped. I tapped them all. We're gonna tap them all. Why is it not going? There it goes. All right. It's holding in place enough. Now we're gonna put the water pump on. I went and got bolts for the water pump. Let's see. I'm not gonna use no factory brackets. So what I'm gonna do is, you'll see what I'm talking about. I don't want to use any factory brackets. I'm going to use aftermarket brackets. So I'm going to put the 4 big bolts in to hold the pump in first. And then we'll go from there. So I have bolt kits for these motors. So if you're trying to put the factory brackets on, I have a water pump bolt kit that you can purchase. It has all the stand-up bolts and everything, but I'm not going to use those brackets. I'm using all my billet brackets, and I'll show you how to put those on. And my pump. Here's where it gets my fingers dirty. Just rag in my pocket. What I'm doing is making them all line up. All the holes line up. Remember, putting out a shitload of silicone doesn't make it seal better. People put a bunch of fucking silicone and make it look bad. Sorry about my language. I'm trying to work on that. But yeah, don't do it. Doesn't look good. Alright, so remember how long one goes over here. Believe it or not, I used to be faster than this shit. I used to be quick, man. Not no more. Oh, don't tell me it doesn't reach. Don't tell me I got the wrong bolts. What do I do with the speed wrench? Alright, let's see what goes in there. Get them all started. I want to tighten this down all at one time. That's why I didn't tighten the bottom ones yet. Now put the little ones on. Do it all at one time. That's the key to it, man. The key is doing it all at one time. If you want your motor to look like it's something, nice and clean motor, take your time. I used to be faster because I was doing it every day. But now I'm not doing it every day. Make sure these bolts are the right length. You don't want them jamming into the timing chain. This one is so now we're going to tighten this up. So now what I'm going to do is I do with the wrench. What we're going to do is we're going to use this. I don't use a torque wrench when I do this part right here. You guys are welcome to do it. I don't use torque wrench. I do all my feel. If you don't know how to do it by feel, then use torque wrench. I don't use torque wrench. Now I use torque wrench when I do like heads, the mains, shit like that. Of course you can use torque wrench. Don't listen to me on that part. You can use torque wrench. But timing cover stuff like that, I do it by feel. And that's why I clean. That's why I clean all the threads before I put the motor together, because I do it by feel. And the last thing I want is freaking. I gotta feel it right. If you see what I'm doing, I'm tightening everything down. This right now here has to be a longer bolt. It's right here. The threads are messed up in this block right here. So now I know. Has to be a longer bolt. Not grabbing the threads in there, in that bolt right there. I got that one too. So I'm gonna get these bolts longer. These bolts are not long enough. But they're in there enough to keep it tight. So that's good right there. I'm gonna tighten the little ones. I'll tighten the little ones up, and I usually use a speed wrench on the little one. See, when I'm not working in my shop, I struggle with it. These are long enough. These are good. These always stick out way past the block. So I gotta go get longer bolts than that one right there. See if I can find the bolts that they use. And don't over tighten these little baby ones. You'll ruin them. There you go, brothers. Let me see if I can find a longer one. I know I pulled everything off. That's the same size they used. They use 2 small bolts too. Let me see if I can find a. I can find a bigger bolt. Take this off. I'm going to use their bolts that they use. I'm going to use their bolts. They don't feel right. I ran a tap through all that shit too. Man, don't tell me they messed up this block. That's where it's messed up right there. Oh, man, see? That's why you gotta check everything. Don't tell me these guys messed up the block. Yeah, see? So all I'm going to try to do is I'm going to try to get it longer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go get longer bolts. Do this. What's up, Joe? So we're going to stop right there. I'm going to stop there. I'm going to go get some different bolts for this. Something's going on with this bolt right here. This bolt was messed up, and they drilled and tapped it out for a bigger bolt. But anyway, next time we'll put the oil pan on. We'll do that. So we'll do that for now. I got to figure out what's going on with these bolts before I go any more further than that. When I zipped their stuff off, I didn't see the error they made. And now I'm seeing it. I'm seeing the problem what they did. So I got to figure out what they did. I might have to pull all this off and check it and retap it. I'm not sure what they did exactly, but I'll figure it out. I'll figure out what's going on. But other than that, man, that's all I could think is they put the wrong size. They tapped it out to a bigger hole. They stripped it and pulled it out. But anyway, so that's how we'll do the face right here. That's enough for today's video. I'm gonna do that. I need to figure that shit out. See what happened right there. But tomorrow we'll flip it over and we're gonna put the oil pan on next. All right. And then we're gonna put the heads on and everything else. But there's an issue with those threads right there. And I'll figure it out. See what they did and what happened right there. But other than that, that's all I got for today. You guys have a blessed day. You guys be safe, huh? Remember, Olds Rocket Parts, Junior Castro, Gabby's Grills, however you know me. God is good, brother. You guys have a blessed day.